Is your aim terrible, or do you just need help with some aim? Whatever the issue is today, I'm going to give you 5 ways to fix your aim. And I think all 5 will help you no matter what. So pay attention. But if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe. I love you. Let's get into this video. All right, now starting off, when we look at the root of the problem of aim, the biggest thing with aim is going to be your sensitivity. Now, people are always changing their sense, but you do not need to completely change your sense, okay? If your aim is bad, what you got to do, and you could do this for PC as well, but this is for controller, I would recommend, instead of changing your vertical, your horizontal, as well as your ADS, just focus on your ADS. In case you don't know, the horizontal and vertical do play a part in how your ADS feels. So if I went to 50 horizontal, it would make my ADS feel different even if it's on 1924. They all correlate to each other. So I always tell people, just focus on your ADS because you're already used to your horizontal. Like looking around like this, like you're going to want to look around faster or however fast you look around. Unless you look around super slow and you want to look around faster, increase it. But most of the time, if you're having aim issues, it's going to be just needing to focus on the actual ADS. These are the 2 most important things you need to look at, your 1 times and your 2.5 times. Now, what would I recommend you lower it to? It's completely preference, but what I would recommend is lower it by 5, both of these by 5. Then what I want you to do is simply come into the shooting range, put this on big ball, and I want you to put it on near, put it on, you can start it off on walk or run, depending on how you feel. But you want to be able to follow this ball. Yeah, that's it. You just want to be able to follow this ball like this. If you could generally follow the ball, it does not need to be perfect, but it's just enough to where you're not like way ahead of it like this or way behind it like this. If you can generally keep up with the ball, you know that you can control your ADS fairly well. You can judge it like this. Like I said, it does not need to be perfect. But just keep doing this until it feels comfortable. I also recommend just seeing how it feels when you do have that lowered ADS. Just quickly, just see how it feels with your recoil. Just be like, okay, feel like this, boom, boom. Right, it's not going to be perfect because there is no sensitivity that you're going to put on that's going to be perfect. Your aim is still going to feel a little bit weird, but just enough to where you can control it. That's what you want to do. Now, I'd also turn on the cover feature. Why would I do this? Because when you have this cover feature on, you can see how your aim feels at longer, tighter ranges, right? So, like, for example, as I kill this guy, right? Now, look, longer, tighter range. That's the only part that is showing how does my aim feel in those ranges. So just see how it feels when it goes further. See where it's where it's lacking, right? So if like you're really good up close, you can change the targets to only be further away. Like this one further away. Let's see. How's the recoil feel? Now I do want to get into recoil control with aim because I think recoil control does play a big part, but you can focus on further shots. How does it feel back there? How does it feel only aiming at the little part of their heads or the little part of their shoulders? And just base it off of that. It's not going to be perfect at first, so give it some time to practice. But I do want to talk about recoil next, because recoil is very important. What should your attachments be? Now, attachments play a big part in your aim. If you're using extended barrel every single time, and you're new to a sensitivity, your aim is going to look like shit because you can't control the recoil. So what would I recommend? I'll give you guys the best recoil attachments that you should be using. Starting off when it comes to sights, all preference. One thing I will say though is using a red dot of any kind, or not red dot, but any one-time scope will make the recoil feel a lot better on specific weapons. It's just the way it works with like certain FOVs. Please, if you think this is crazy, what I want you to do is go to the F2. If you struggle with the F2 in any way, like you feel like your recoil is bad, I want you to put the ACOG on, right? Just shoot the dummies, okay, with the ACOG on. Now, after you shoot the dummies, I want you to then take the ACOG off, put on the red dot C, or really any one-time scope that is your preference, right? And you're going to run flash hider on this as well. And then go back to those dummies and look how much more of a laser your weapon is when you have a one-time scope on. Bro, there's no recoil. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it does. It's just like the FOV, the way it looks, it's like kind of visual. But I promise you, you are going to see that you have like no recoil with a one-time scope, okay? Now, I still use an ACOG on just about everything. I'm just trying to help you here. But generally, preference won't make much of a difference. Only on certain weapons, I'll use like a one-time scope on, right? So, ACOG doesn't really matter. You can use whatever you want. Grip, use vertical grip for the best recoil. Laser, use the laser to get the better ADS time. But this is what really matters, is the flash hider or compensator. Which one should you use? Now, if you have no problem with recoil, go ahead, throw extended barrel on. I use extended on a lot of weapons. But for the best recoil on specific weapons, I'm going to give you a list off the top of my head. I will use flash hider on the R4C, on the F2, on the Spear, on Finka and Thunderbird, on Jaeger, and on Finka LMG. Those are the weapons that I use Flash Hider on. Now, the reason why that is because I feel it is very easy to just pull down on your analog stick as opposed to compensate for left and right recoil. That's much harder. So I would rather use a Flash Hider on specific weapons that have no left and right recoil and it's mainly just vertical. But every other weapon, like a P90 or a SMG or really every other weapon that I just didn't list, I'm going to use compensator on because I feel it's way easier to pull down and I'd rather compensate for the left and right recoil. So that's what I do. But now let's say you put on whatever weapon you want, whatever attachments you want. Come back here and see how your aim feels. Does it feel good? Does your recoil feel good? And then base it off of that, okay? But just stick to the one Sens and look for the best no recoil attachments that feel good for you. Once you start to feel a little bit better, what I want you to do is I want you to then go and do free-for-alls. Let me just show you real quick. This leads me into my next best thing, or I think it's just the best thing in general. Whenever you are going to play, I'd recommend doing 2 free-for-alls, okay? You can go to the free-for-alls, you can turn them on and off in the settings over here, put it on free-for-all only. Now, what do I do when I warm up? I do 2 free-for-alls before I play ranked every single day, and I use 1 free-for-all for somebody with an ACOG, usually an attacker, and 1 free-for-all with somebody with a one-time scope. Now, this is generally just to help me, like, warm up my 1x ADS and my 2.5x ADS. I truthfully believe that if you do that, that's going to significantly help your aim feel a lot better before you go into ranked. 2 are the best to do. It literally only can take at most 16 minutes to do both because it's only 8 minutes at most per free-for-all. Usually it's like 12 minutes because they don't usually last all 8 minutes, and it will help your aim significantly. Now, the next biggest thing when it comes to fixing your aim is going to be your crosshair placement. It is so important to have good crosshair placement, and I always notice this with like newer players, lower ranked players. It's like they'll just be coming around corners like this, aiming like crotch level, or like just trying to fix their aim. Like, listen, you have got to aim right here, okay? You can aim right here if you would like. If you feel your recoil control is great, aim at the head. If you feel like, you know, you just want to have some room to breathe, aim at the neck, head level, chest, neck, head level. Because what's going to happen is it's going to kick up. The first ball is going to kick up, and then it will headshot them, okay? Or you'll just, like, laser them, and you'll be good. How do you work on this to kind of engrave this into your mind? This is very simple. You could do 2 things, really. You either come to the shooting range like this, and simply just focus on aiming at the head only. Now, obviously, it can be annoying because these stupid rat bots like to lay prone, and it's like, chalk my crosshair placement. You can either go into a free-for-all and specifically focus on, like, always just aiming around this level. You can go into the versus AI and do that where you're looking around like that, or go into the map training, go on endless drill, put it on attacker or defender, whatever you'd like. Press the back button to see where they are at, because if you're in here, you don't have to, like, look for all them. You can literally mark them by pressing the back button. And then just focus on crosshair placement. Look at this, okay? They're not always going to be standing up, but a lot of times they are, so you can just practice it this way. Just aim, head, chest, level, always like this. See? Like I said, some of these little rats are going to be crouched, but just focus on playing like this. Adjusting to this. Just keep doing this over and over again, and this will kind of just mentally help you to, like, understand where it is. Another big thing that you can look at is, like, if you go up to a barricade, the second buckle is head level, so this is head level. If you ever need to, like, see what is head, chest level, that's right here. So just always be aiming this high. And just take that, move around, and look at that. Look at that. That's perfect. Dead. And you just keep doing that and practice that. I think the best way to get used to crosshair placement if it doesn't come right away. Now, what about the 5th way? What is the 5th way to improve your aim? Listen to me real quick. A lot of times where people's aim can be bad or inconsistent can come from being nervous, can come from just not having confidence in yourself. And it's happened to me before in the past. Whenever I would stream, I was always so nervous to stream because I did not want to do bad that it would end up causing me to do bad. My aim would be shit, and then I would either crash out because my aim is bad, or I just wouldn't stream a lot, right? And the same thing happened, like, whenever I would do, like, bro, if I ever do, like, any of the stuff with Jinxie when on his stream, I'd be so nervous, bro, because I'd be, like, I wouldn't want my aim to get messed up. But it's like, if you could just stop focusing on how you're going to do and just focus on how to, like, just focus on playing the game, how it's meant to be played. Like, oh, what am I going to do this round? This round, I'm going to do this, right? It'll kind of take off the pressure off of you, And same with like your KD too. Do not care about your KD. If you're so focused on your KD and stuff like that, it is going to cause you to play nervous, which is going to cause your aim to be terrible because you're not confident in your shot. So the best way to improve your confidence in your shot is to, one, do free-for-alls, mentally show yourself like, oh, my aim is chilling, my aim is good, I'm fine, right? Go and practice, go and warm up, just keep doing that, and also just stop caring about how you play. Like, if you play bad, who cares? Focus on the next game. And just focus on each round. Be like, okay, how are we going to win this round? We're going to attack this, we're going to defend this, we're going to sit here, right? Just whatever it is, just focus on that round. A lot of this game is mental, and if you get in your own head, you're going to be terrible. I promise you. I'm so good at this game, and when I get in my own head, I'm awful. I feel like I'm Copper 5 all over again, bro. Like, it's just chalked. So, just try and relax. Try and play the game how it's meant to be played, and stop caring so much. And your aim on its own will get a lot better. This is also a great way to warm up, too. The Endless Draw, I love doing this. It's just so nice. They're constantly marked. You can keep doing it. You have unlimited ammo. It's a great way to warm up. But, hopefully, that does help. I promise you, if you listen to these, it will help your aim so much, especially the free-for-all one. Please, if you're going to only listen to one of those, please do free-for-alls. Your aim will get so much better. And stop changing your sense, like, all the time. But I will see y'all. Much love. Peace.